Okay, welcome back to week 2. Again, apologize for the blue rectangle around my face. It seems that that's going to be the way it works for the whole course. So um, let's get rid of that. Week 2, we're looking at Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 out of your textbook, and we do have answers that we have to do on Blackboard here. Real simple. Just click on it, begin the quiz, and these are pretty short. Kind of highlights some of the things in the chapter that I want you to understand. Remember, the shorter the quiz, the more points associated with each of those test questions or quiz questions. These do count as homework assignments. They're not quiz grades, but again, pretty weighty on each of the questions. So take your time, make sure that you have the correct answer before you submit it. Don't submit before you're ready to submit. So if you go in and you look at it and you go, oh, okay, I'll submit it without saving anything, and didn't actually answer anything, then what you're going to get is you're going to get the score for the answers that you did. So if you had 5 questions, you went in and answered 1, and you thought, well, I'll come back in later, and didn't save and exit out of it, you just hit submit, then it's going to grade that one particular question. So be careful with that. Make sure that you're actually done with it before you hit submit. Again, pretty simple stuff, nothing real complicated. Real fast, want to look at the lecture tab. If you click on lecture, what's going to be in there is going to be the PowerPoint slides for the chapters. So you can go through there, you can preview them. There is no audio on these PowerPoints, so I've had people had questions on that before. They said, why can I not hear anything? Because there's nothing there. I don't do recordings over those. Those are just simply static slides that have information along with what's in the chapter. So some pictures out of the chapter, and then of course explanations of what they are. So they're purely there for resources to study if you so choose. I do like the videos. They're a little corny, as a student put it, but they're useful. They kind of explain what's going on in the chapter. We won't have videos for each of those chapters. These were done by students from Penn College of Technology, which is where I graduated from, and your textbook author is a professor there that runs the business management class. It's now called engineering management, but that's where those videos came from. So they are student produced, so they're not professional, but they give you the idea. So I'd highly encourage you guys to watch the videos anytime you see videos here in the weeks. It can, again, help you to understand the materials a little bit better. All right, so for the tasks for this week, Chapter 1 and 2, I want you to look at student scholarships, whether it's open or whether it's not. It depends, again, on our timing here, what semester you're taking this class, but I want you to look at that process. So go on to My SMCC, click on the little box that says Money. Actually, it's not a box, it's a circle, but click on My Money, and there's going to be a scholarships information there. So take a peek at that, because that's free money. Highly encourage you guys to get as much money as you can out of the school, or whoever's willing to give it to you. Scholarships are free; you don't have to pay them back, and it's money in your pocket, so it's awfully nice. A lot of them don't have to be used necessarily for school. So if you need, money for other things like fuel or whatever it is, getting back and forth to school, you a lot of times can use scholarships after that. Usually, what they do is they apply it to your bill, and anything that's left over gets refunded back to you. All right, so then we have a discussion board for this week, and this discussion board for this week, week 2, we'll real quick click on discussion boards, and we can click the tab in week 2. And you can see here, week 2, we're looking at researching types of automotive businesses and the structure of the business, and give one example of a main automotive shop, somebody you know or one that you see, and in your post to the automotive business, and type of structure that this business uses. Second part is to use the course resource tab on the left side of the page, which is right here, and want you to click on main laws, then find the main law on repair, and discuss the laws related to automotive repair and why the law you picked is good for the customer. Play devil's advocate with one of your classmates and discuss why the law shouldn't be in place, since it's not fair to the automotive business. So take the side of the automotive business and go, you know what, this consumer law is ridiculous, and this is why. It's not fair to us as a business. So I want you guys to kind of discuss a little bit back and forth with that, get an idea of what those laws are. So it's going to kind of reinforce that. So I'm just going to click back here on week 2 and make sure that we went over everything. And then I want to go over some tool stuff with you, kind of getting you ready again for the rest of your career as an automotive technician. So chapter 1 and 2, research through student scholarships, do the discussion board, and then down here at the bottom of the page, we have a goals module. So this goals module, when you click on this, it's going to take you through, and it has a post test, and I do want you to get 100% on that post test. So to complete that module, you must get 100%. And the other thing you're going to do is you're going to create a educational goal. So what do you want to accomplish out of your education at SMCC? Do you want to become fully master certified as a technician through ASE? Do you want to learn as much as possible about automatic transmissions so that you can specialize in automatic transmissions? What is your educational goal? What is the purpose of you coming to this school? And I would hope you have a purpose, a goal in mind. And that's the point of this goals module, is get you prepared and kind of thinking about what your goal is. The second goal I want you to do, so you're going to create that educational goal. Then I want you to create a career goal. Basically, what do you want to have out of your internship? So in the internship that you're going to get in your summer semester, whether it's this upcoming, again, depending on when this class is running, it could be the summer following this semester, or it could be the summer following next year. It's going to be, the internship is going to be after your semester that you take breaks during suspension and electrical too. So wherever that is in your course plan, if you're taking one class at a time, it may be a little while. But whenever that internship is, you're going to have a goal. And what I want you to do is kind of think about, what do you want to get out of a job at a dealership or at an independent shop? And make sure that that goal matches up with what an employer would want. So for an example, if you said, hey, in 1 year, I want to start my own automotive repair business. Well, think about that. Is that going to match up with the employer who's hiring you on and going to spend money to train you? Is that going to match up with their goal? Well, the answer to that is no, it doesn't. Because they're putting money into you only to have you go out and become a competitor. So make sure your goals match up. If you want that job, you got to make sure that your goal matches up. It's enticing, or you're attractive to that employer and they want to hire you. So think pretty carefully about that career goal. You definitely don't want to put something that's going to turn that employer off, or you won't get hired otherwise. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to real fast take a peek at the tool programs. So we have several companies that do tools, and they give you discounts on those tools. So I'm going to just go real quick to google.com, whatever your search engine is that you like, if you like Bing or whatever it is, you can use. So I'm just going to type in, first one, Snap-on, student program. Okay, so it's that simple. Just do a quick type in of whatever tool company it is that you're looking for and see if they have any kind of discount program. And here it is. It's called the Student Excellence Program. Snap-on gives you 50% off. Mac Tools gives you 50% off. Matco does the same thing. So those three tool companies are typically the companies that professionals use in the automotive industry. Snap-on is one of my favorites, but it doesn't really matter. You buy what you can afford and what feels best to you and what works best for you. And it may be you talking to one of your friends that's a technician. They may give you some advice as to what tool they particularly like. So, you buy what you can afford. So those are the three expensive ones. And then we have some cheaper ones. We have a company called NH Bragg, which you can do a search for online. And most of these have online systems. So you sign up for them, you get approval saying you are a student at SMCC, and then you can order offline. And they'll mail them right to your house. So NH Bragg, Matco, Mac, Snap-on. Then we have Napa in South Portland, and they give you a student discount. And all you got to do is walk in over there with your student ID card, tell them you're an automotive student, and they'll give you typically 20 to 25% off on their tools. Sears. Sears has a program. So if you go online, you can find the Sears student program, and they do 50% off on mechanics tool sets and 50% off on toolboxes, and it's pretty easy to use. You can also go over to the Sears store at the mall and take your ID card in, or Yeah, take your ID card in and you should be able to get that discount as well. So, don't know how long Sears will be around because it sounds like they're having some struggles at the moment. But for now, that's the way it works. Otherwise, get online and take a search for Craftsman student program. All right, so NH Bragg, Napa, Sears, and I believe that's all of them. So don't wait to buy your tools. It's a fair amount of money, depending on who you buy it through. So I would highly encourage you guys sign up for these tool programs, take advantage of them, ask for these tools for Christmas and birthdays and whatever holiday, where you normally would get something else. You probably want to start getting tools. Some of the other ideas on tools is you don't necessarily have to have the fanciest, highest quality tools to do the job to get through your education. So if you're not going to work 40 hours a week, every day on something and using your tools really hard, you may be able to get away with some cheaper tools. So there are companies like Harbor Freight, which sell really inexpensive tools. So you can take a peek at those. You could also go to auctions, because sometimes auctions will have tools, whether it's a real estate auction or whatever it is. You can look at Craigslist. You can also look at pawn shops. So what I would highly encourage, though, is if you're buying used tools, never pay more than about half of what it costs brand new. And you want to make sure you know what the value of that tool is before you go and purchase it used, because you don't want to pay more than what you would buy it brand new through a student program, because it's 50% off. All right, so hopefully that works. Gives you an idea of what it is as far as the student tool programs. And I think we covered the week pretty well. The discussion board, again, we went over. Make sure that those discussion board postings are coming in Tuesday by 11:59 p.m. And then all of our discussions are wrapped up, summarized by Friday 11:59. All homework assignments, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Friday 11:59. So, and that educational goal again. All right, have yourself a great week. Good luck. If you have any questions, again, you can post them to the discussion board, classroom questions, or you can email me directly. Remember, those are the discussion board's a good place to go to see if any other student has possibly asked a question already, and there's an answer already existing. That way then you're not flooding me with email questions that are already in the discussion board answers. So take a peek there first, and if you don't see anything, you can ask your fellow classmates, or you can send an email to me. All right, good luck with the week. I'll see you again soon.